Hey guys, it's Mizrah. Today is inspection day. I'm so excited. We have a client today who is going to be passing inspection. I already know it. I'm foreseeing it right now. So let's go ahead and check it out. So the client's name is Maria. The company name is La Cantina Food Truck. So this is her trailer. She's been doing this project for about 3 months. So now we're gonna go ahead and step inside so you can see her layout. All right, so to give you guys a little bit of background knowledge, they don't do anything when it comes to the actual equipment. They don't test it, they don't check for the gas or anything like that. But I kind of want to show you what it looks like under the hood. So to give you some, a little tips, right here, these little sprinklers, these are the fire suppression sprinklers. Typically here in Florida, it's usually required in most counties, not all counties, but majority of the counties. It's also required when you're doing like events and stuff like that. So they always suggest that you get these sprinklers because you can make a lot of money doing that. And it comes with that big old extinguisher over there. Under the hood, I'm gonna say this is about a 10-foot hood. So we have our 2-burner stove, cook whatever you want on it. Have a 24-inch charbroiler grill. So with this, you can kind of put like steaks, you can do burgers, you can do barbecue, almost like that charbroil taste. 36-inch flat top. Literally, you could do breakfast, lunch, dinner on this, burgers, tacos, you name it. It's the best you can invest in, and the most common one is a 36-inch. So a lot of people use those. And then, if you look over here, we have double basket fryers. So you could put anything that you want to fry in there, French fries, chicken wings, whatever, it's inevitable to have fryers because a lot of people are frying food. Now there are some people, believe it or not, who just do tacos and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool to see everybody's different setups, but this is a huge setup, and this is something that a lot of people look forward to, is like the inspection and how to start cooking, and the flow is really nice, which is another important factor when it comes to food trucks. Over here on this side, there is the prep table, the sandwich prep table. So it's a double door prep table. A lot of people don't understand the purpose of a flow when it comes to your food truck. When you're preparing something, you either have to have a prep table next to you or you need to have a prep table behind you. That way, when you're cooking or you're prepping, you're like, okay, here you go, passing it over. Gotta have a flow in the food truck. It's super, super important. This right here is an under-counter refrigerator, not a freezer. This is super convenient for people who don't want too much like tall freezers or refrigerators, and you can also use this as a table to prep on, season, whatever, and then pass everything along. So to kind of get into the inspection side of things, what typically the inspectors do is they'll go ahead and they'll open up the freezer or the refrigerator and they'll check for the thermometers. They have their own thermometers, but you definitely want to make sure that you have your thermometer as well, and make sure that there's a certain temperature when it comes to the refrigeration. So you got to place those in there. Always make sure you arrive at least an hour early. So just make sure you arrive an hour early so you can have everything nice and cold, water's getting hot, things like that. The inspector typically sticks a thermometer in there so that they can check for hot water and cold water. So what they'll do is they'll go ahead and run the water. It's not connected right now. And they'll go ahead and stick the thermometer and it'll go to a certain temperature. Once it gets to that temperature, they say you're good. They're gonna look at to see where your water tanks are in, like where they're at. So she has her water tank here, and it's covered up obviously, and they have like a little box to surround it. Then you have your water pump where the water spits out at. Oops, sorry. And then over here, it's a little hard to see, but that's your hand sink and your soap. So a couple things, if you haven't seen the video yet, a couple things. You want to make sure that you have hot water. You want to make sure you have all the thermometers inside your refrigerators, and you want to make sure that they're actually working properly and they're getting cold. You want to make sure you have hand soap, antibacterial soap. You want to make sure you have Clorox, but for surfaces. So there is a Clorox here somewhere for surfaces, so that way you're able to sanitize. And you want to make sure you have test strips and paper towels, of course, because they want to make sure that when you're washing any dishes, that you're not too, you don't have too much bleach in your water when you're sanitizing. So that's super important. The purpose of the 3-compartment sinks is to wash, rinse, sanitize. That's kind of a little nutshell of how it works with the inspection. So let's go ahead and wait for the inspector to come and we'll be there. I'm just following up to see if you're gonna be arriving anytime soon.
Yeah, actually I just parked.
Nice, are you across the street? I thought I saw you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
Alright.
All right, bye. All right, so he's about to be here, so